Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Cops surprise Mama, June, Justin and Kaitlyn shocked. In the upcoming episode of Family Crisis, Mama June gets quite the surprise when the cops show up. This arrival also leaves her husband, Justin Strudd, and granddaughter, Kaitlyn Shannon, in utter and complete shock. So, what do they want with June? Keep reading for more details. In the upcoming episode of Family Crisis, Mama June gets quite the surprise when the cops show up. This arrival also leaves her husband, Justin Strudd, and granddaughter, Kaitlyn Shannon, in utter and complete shock. So what did they want with June? Keep reading for more details. In a clip from the Friday, July 5th, 2024 episode, Mama June, Justin Strudd, and Kaitlyn Shannon are all eating. Then there is a knock on the door, and it is the police. Immediately, June does not want to deal with it, while Kaitlyn and Justin are completely stunned. She asks Justin what he did, but he keeps telling June to open the door and see what they want, as they have both had issues with the law. She seemingly would rather keep eating, but he is adamant that she get the door. June learns that she has been served, and she challenges the officer about what. He cannot tell her despite her pressing him, and he leaves. She opens up the papers and immediately laughs. Obviously, Mama June had previously told her daughter, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson, to take her to court over the money she had stolen from her. Therefore, it could be related to that, but viewers already know exactly why she was served before tonight's episode. Viewers saw this clip and immediately chimed in with why Mama June was served. Anna Cardwell's daughters, Kaitlyn and Kylie, were separated after her death. Kylie went to live with her father, Michael Cardwell, while June had Kaitlyn. Michael wanted the girls to stay together and claimed he took care of Kaitlyn, therefore he decided to fight for custody. That appears to be what the paperwork was about. Anna's ex-husband wants the oldest daughter, so both girls can continue to grow up together. It's about the one granddaughter custody battle, I believe. Of course, there were some who believed it had to do with Alana's missing money. It's more likely Alana wanting her money back. Maybe lawsuit from Alana. Mama June was in the middle of her usual morning chaos. The kitchen was a whirlwind of cereal boxes, milk spills, and laughter as she tried to get her family ready for the day. Justin was busy making sure the younger kids had their shoes on the right feet, while Kaitlyn was helping Alana with her homework. It was just another typical day in the Shannon household. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. June wiped her hands on a towel and walked over, curiosity etched on her face. She wasn't expecting anyone, and the early hour made her wonder who it could be. She opened the door to find two police officers standing on the porch, their expressions serious, but not unfriendly. "Good morning, ma'am," one of the officers said, tipping his hat slightly. "Is this the residence of June Shannon?" June felt a knot form in her stomach. Her mind raced, trying to remember if anything could have warranted a visit from the cops. She nodded slowly. "Yes, I'm June Shannon. Is everything all right, officers?" The officer glanced at his partner before speaking again. "We need to speak with you and your family. It's important." "What's going on?" Justin asked, appearing at June's side. His protective instincts kicked in as he put an arm around June. "We'd prefer to discuss this inside," the second officer said, looking around as if to ensure privacy. June nodded and stepped aside, allowing the officers to enter. They walked into the living room, where the children were gathered, sensing something unusual was happening. Kaitlyn, ever the observant one, noticed the tension in her mother's shoulders and frowned. "What's wrong, Mama?" Kaitlyn asked, her eyes wide with concern. June took a deep breath and motioned for everyone to sit down. Let's listen to what the officers have to say. The first officer, Officer Ramirez, cleared his throat. We're here because we've received some information that we believe you need to be aware of. It's regarding a potential threat to your family." A collective gasp filled the room. Alana clung to Kaitlyn, and even the younger kids sensed the gravity of the situation. "What kind of threat?" Justin asked, his voice tight with worry. "We can't go into all the details right now," Officer Ramirez said, "but we've received credible information that someone may be planning to harm you or your family. We're here to ensure your safety and to discuss some precautions you can take." June felt like the ground was slipping from beneath her feet. Her mind flashed through all the possible scenarios, each one more terrifying than the last. "Is this related to my past?" she asked quietly, her voice trembling. The officers exchanged a glance. "We can't say for certain, ma'am," the second officer, Officer Jones, said. "But we believe it's important for you to take this seriously. We've increased patrols in your neighborhood, and we suggest you stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity." Kaitlyn, who had been listening intently, spoke up. "What can we do to protect ourselves?" Officer Ramirez smiled slightly, appreciating her straightforwardness. "There are several steps you can take. First, make sure your home security system is up to date and functioning. Keep your doors and windows locked at all times. Be mindful of your surroundings when you're out and about, and try to stick together as much as possible." Justin nodded, already making mental notes. "We can do that. Is there anything else?" "We'll be in regular contact with you," Officer Jones said. "If you notice anything unusual, no matter how small, call us immediately. And please try to stay calm. We have officers dedicated to keeping an eye on your home and ensuring your safety." June managed a weak smile, grateful for their concern, but still reeling from the news. "Thank you, officers. We'll do our best." As the officers left, the family sat in stunned silence. The reality of the situation slowly sank in, and the weight of the unknown pressed heavily on them. "I can't believe this is happening," June said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I thought we had left all the trouble behind us." Justin squeezed her hand. "We'll get through this, June. We're stronger together, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep our family safe." Kaitlyn nodded, her determination shining through her fear. "We'll be careful, Mama. We'll watch out for each other." The next few days were a blur of heightened security measures and constant vigilance. June and Justin installed additional locks on the doors and windows, and they set up a more sophisticated alarm system. They made sure the kids understood the importance of staying alert and reporting anything unusual. Despite the tension, life had to go on. The kids still had school, and June and Justin still had work. They tried to maintain a sense of normalcy, but the looming threat was always in the back of their minds. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, the doorbell rang. June tensed, but Justin gave her a reassuring look. "I'll get it." He walked to the door and peered through the peephole. It was Officer Ramirez and Officer Jones. Justin opened the door and let them in. "We have some news," Officer Ramirez said as they entered the living room. "We've identified the person behind the threat. It's someone from your past, June. They've been apprehended and are currently in custody." June felt a wave of relief wash over her. "Thank you," she said, tears of gratitude filling her eyes. "Thank you so much." Officer Jones nodded. "You're welcome. We're glad we could resolve this quickly. We'll continue to keep an eye on things, but you can start to relax now." As the officers left, the family breathed a collective sigh of relief. The threat had been real, but thanks to the quick actions of the police, they were safe. That night, as they sat around the dinner table, the mood was lighter. The fear that gripped them was beginning to fade, replaced by a renewed sense of hope and gratitude. "We're stronger together," Justin said, raising his glass. "To our family and to the amazing officers who kept us safe." To family, June echoed, clinking her glass with his. And to never taking our safety for granted. As they enjoyed their meal, the love and resilience that bound them together shone brighter than ever. They knew there would be challenges ahead, but they also knew they had the strength to face them, no matter what.